Okay, this is Gail, Fava of 4, with some happy mail from Jeanette. But I think I should do what Jeanette always does first. I'm sure she knows she does that, unless she just... her little trademark. And all I did was open the thing so I wouldn't have to do it. I'm not used to doing things this way, so... I'll set the box here, and then I'll take it out one at a time. And I don't know, Jeanette, you outdid yourself. This is postage. Looks more like our postage here. Let's see if I can be very happy, Gail, smiling face. I wish I had her gentle voice and genteel ways. Hello there, Gail. I hope you like this happy mail. Sorry about the messy paper, but it works well to stop things moving around in the box. Love always, Jeanette. That's true. When it's not messy, that's packing paper. And my garbage is right here. Ooh, my goodness. This looks like some happy mail. That I may never get, so much that I may never get any again. Okay, let me see. Okay. Three little bags. I'm forever wrapping my stuff in, I don't know, whatever's the easiest. Oh, I think these are some packing things. I don't think you eat them or cover them, but they're reusable. Oh my goodness. When I saw her make these, I mean, I didn't even understand that they were this small. Look at that. It's one of her little sewing machines. I said I'd love to make one, but since I don't sew, look at that. Now that is adorable. Oh, I love it. I hope I wasn't too overboard with the I love it that you thought you needed to send me one. Look at that. You see? She put that plastic bead cap on it with the needle, pin or whatever. Oh, look. It goes from here. And a little bird. And the back wheel. Does she think of these things like when she's sleeping, or? Look at this, how pretty. And this is really shabby chic in the light pink. Can you see? Flowers, and then the little darker one. And that material is just perfect for that. Hope you can hear me. I'm trying to be genteel, which I've never been called in my life. Genteel. Look at, I like these flowers. I haven't bought anything in a long time. I need to, because I'm using up all my stuff. And the doily. And she's made a few of them. I would think this is the hardest part. That's a pretty flower. And then I was trying to figure out what kind of box. Oh. She made the box? If it was what kind of box it was? Look at that. Just like on the real ones. Oh my goodness, let me see. I'll have to do what she does and get something darker to... I don't have a lot of dark material. The cat snuck out. He looks cute though. I had to have him shaved because he kept stinking out. Look at that. You see that? It's got an embellishment underneath, and then one on top, and then this pretty pink, I forget what that's called, netting, and then that little flower. You know, when I sit down, you know, I watch people make like bunches of these at a time. It takes me forever to figure out what to put with what. Well, those are adorable. And the clip on the back, and after she had her video, I said, oh, I'm going to make one of those. But I never got it together enough to make it. Thank you so much. So much. I always appreciate things so much, but I don't feel that my emotional voice or level comes out to show it, because I'm not one of those people that jump up and down, but I'm just so touched by anything anyone sends me. Oh, look at she made. She said she was going to make some stick pins. Look at that beautiful one. That's really pretty. It's so shiny. Can you see it? I hope all this comes out okay. Almost looks like one of the buttons, but it's not. I love different types of stick pins. Maybe that's why I'm always making those crazy ones. What kind of a... I don't think she did her own wire, but look how it bends over. Maybe, oh, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she just bent it over herself, but bought the stick pins. That's a pretty cool idea. Might have to steal that idea. Thank you, Jeanette, so much. And you package everything so gorgeously. Look at a pretty package. And I love this. I'm just going to hook this on here for now. Roxy's always making some kind of a thing like, oh, she just threw it together, and I go to do it, and it's, I'll leave that here. It takes me forever. Roseanne, rather. Roxy Carr. And I'll put the, if I can figure out how. I can get the links from certain videos, but I'm not sure how to get the link to people's channels. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I never ever thought it was that small. Thank you, Jeanette, so much. Hope I have it in right, otherwise I'll have to turn it around. I'll set that there. I should save the bag, right? Everybody always saves everything. My problem is, when I go to look for it, even though I put bags all in one box, I can never find the right bag. That is gorgeous. That is like enough in itself. gosh, I feel so happy yet embarrassed to get all these presents. But it's funny, since my kids are all, well, they're all grown in their 40s. But since, you know, they're mad at me about whatever, you know, there's no Mother's Day presents or cards. There's no birthdays. There's no Christmas. So it's like, well, heck with you. I have friends, and they do like me. Even if you don't. Note cards for your friend, for my aunt in the nursing home. And she told me she never has enough, so she's going to love this. And she loves when I send her packages because all the ladies come and see them. And she always says, yes, they're for my niece from Florida. I sent her 3 pairs of slippers last time, and she said, well, they look more like shoes, but they were like $2 at the dollar store. And she says she wears them all. And I always send her a little variety of stuff. She loves to write. Thank you for thinking of her. I always think it's so nice when people remember. And a lot of people do. Marlene has sent me stuff. Nola. I think, my mind goes blank. But a lot of people have sent things. That's a pretty bag. And I'm going to leave it in that bag when they send it to her. She probably wonders where I went. I was talking to her on the phone one day, and she couldn't hear right. So she was going to go check her hearing aids. And in the meantime, my other aunt that's in another nursing home called, that I've been trying to get a hold of. And you can't get her off the phone. She doesn't have, I don't know, they said she has Alzheimer's, but the only thing I see is she tells me the same things every time. And so then I got too late to call my other aunt back, and I've never gotten to call her since. So I'm going to have to call her. Wow. Ziploc bags. I love them. This is just way, way, way more than I deserve. Now, wouldn't it be embarrassing if I couldn't figure out what it was? Can I really still see? Okay. You can see it paint all over me. My nails are grubby. I know I give people this problem sometimes, so it's probably getting even. Maybe it's just tacked on. And I know she's sitting there telling me what to do. Oh, maybe that's what I do. Isn't that cute? That part of a I mean, where do they come up with these ideas? Part of a toilet paper roll. And plus, I have paper galore in there that I don't know what to do with. With a little, you know what I mean. Why is it that when you want to, the words don't come to you? Oh, I love this. Absolutely love it. And I just love this color. Love this color. So I have it right. And look at this. Quite a nice piece. I would say a yard. Everybody see it? It's a, it's like a light, from what I can see in here, and this light's not that great, like a light taupe. I need to get another light in here. That is really, really pretty. I love it. Thank you so much. My Cottage Crafts. I just get used to calling you Scrappin' Happy. Of course, I used to always say ScrappinHappyxo. I have to give everybody different names. That's nothing. People give me names too, like Dee Dee, the Awakening Angel. She calls me Goose. And I call her names too, but I can't mention them. That is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's probably drooling. Maybe I should do this now that I know how. Are you going crazy, Jeanette? Ooh. Almost. Not the same thing, but the same weight. Look at that. It said heavier, and I don't really have any of that. It's white. Thing I'm not good at is, you know, I'll watch her and I'll watch Maggie, and when they do things, like they figure out, okay, I'm just going to cut out this little piece for this and this little piece for that, and I just take the piece and I think, okay, what can I do with this? Either, you know. So I'm trying to learn that. And look at the nice scallops. And these can all be cut out. But then I feel like I'm ruining it sometimes. I love this because it's heavier. That is gorgeous. I don't know where you guys get your stuff. Beautiful. Thank you so much. This Cottage Craft. I wonder how you came up with that name. Especially M.I. Look at this. He almost actually looks like, look at his eyes. He looks like he's a little scary. He looks like he could just fly down and attack you. Like, oh, like you see on TV, the stuff the kids watch that I don't. Did you? Oh, I don't know. I don't think she made that. She could have. Who else would put those kind of eyes on? I don't know. But that's pretty cool. Kids would love that. Everything I do, I think of them. Because they've been on here a few times. Oh, look at that. Battenberg. Can you see it okay? Hope I'm doing this all right. And look what a nice piece. I love Battenberg. Except that when you wash it, you have to iron it. So I bought one of those little ironing boards. I mean, how dumb. I have an ironing board, an iron, and all that stuff. And I buy one of those little ones. And I'm so lazy that I'll sit on the bed and iron stuff. Oh, that's a nice piece. That's a, this is like a off-white, like an ecru. It looks like she cut it off of a bigger piece. This is about a yard and a half. See, I'm looking to, every time I watch hers, she'll say, oh, this would be good for that, and that would be good for this. And I think I'm not that far into it yet to know what's good for what. But I was looking at this corner piece, and I'm thinking, well, that would almost make a nice pocket, too. And then look here. This looks like a flower. A couple of them. See, they've been doing it so long they can see ahead. I can't. That's why 7 years ago, they made different crafters of all types. Oh, is that pretty? I believe that's a Kleenex box cover. I used to have one long time ago. Isn't that pretty? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Tell me if I'm wrong. Look at that pretty. The sides to it. And the flowers. And the little scallops. Thank you so much, Jeanette. I'm feeling really spoiled. I know she's a butterfly person. I'm surprised she gave away her butterflies. Look at that. Okay. Is it a pillow cover? Because you know they used to have those like toaster covers, and yeah, I think it's a pillow cover. But this material is so pretty. Look at those butterflies. Diana Baucus is gonna kill me because she loves everything that's embroidered. Someone had an embroidery, or has an embroidery machine I saw in our neighborhood app. It was $3,000, almost, or $4,000 for $1,800. An embroidery sewing machine type thing. By the time I figured out how to load the thing, look at that. I think Nola Harris has one. It's that silky stuff. And it's for a longer pillow. And I think I have one. And I think I just gave my son one to use, but I could take it back. Thank you, Jeanette. Oh, I love that silky material. I know you're the butterfly person. But I guess you can only have so much stuff, huh? And did I tell some of you that my friend that had given me all those drapes? Remember, I was going crazy. First it was all the fringe I got from the one friend. Then it was all those beads I got from another lady. And then it was all the drapes and the threads. And she kept some in case anybody else in the family wanted anything. Because her mother-in-law is in the nursing home. You know, it's not like she died yet. And, yeah, that's what my son said to me the other day. I said something to him about money and a car and stuff. He says, well, how long do you think you're going to live? I said, well, thanks. I hope a little longer. But anyway, I asked her the other day, I said, did you, because she's not interested in any of this stuff. And she said, no, you can have all the rest of it and all the thread and everything. And that had some of the heavy materials on it that I had sent some of you. Look at that. I love silver and mauve, and I love that, I like them all, but that gray that she had, well, that first one. Was that gray? This. Like a gray. Or, I have to get the right light. It's gray or taupe? Look at this. Now that bedazzled. That's really cool. Look, like, I'm always looking for like little fringe. That's really tiny. I love it. Don't you ever just love watching when people are really, I'm not saying you all don't do wonderful jobs, but people that really know what they're doing, like you'll see Annie, you know, and Maggie or Trisha do swaps. And to be honest with you, you know, really, I shouldn't say this in case they watch, but I think they're too busy to watch. But Annie and I are supposed to have a kind of a swap. Sometimes I think, well, why are the good people sending the other people such beautiful things when they already have such beautiful things, and vice versa? And I guess they do that once a year. It's like, share the wealth, you know? I'm like, so jealous, really. I'm not a jealous person, but I'm like, she already has such beautiful things, and now you're sending her more. But that's their thing. And Trisha, oh, here we go again. I love that color. Look at that. Ooh, look at the flowers. I could cut out of that. Everybody see? Look at this. And then these. See, that's where I have to get the knack of. Like this can be a applique. Look at these flowers. And this, I think I have to think a little bit more about it. Thank you for this beautiful piece. Jeanette, you really overdid yourself. But you can't have it back. And what is this? Oh, look at this. How cute. A journal. Okay, Gail, don't be dumb. You know, I was doing some pages for a junk journal. I've never made one before. And Roxy had sent me some tea dyed and coffee dyed pages one time, and of course in the mess I can't find them. So, and I asked her for her because I know she did it online once. She showed people how. But today I just took some paper that I had and I sprayed it with some dark color I had a little bit, wetted a little bit, put it outside to dry. And it's going to have to do. Okay. Maybe this way. Aha. I figured it out, Jeanette. I know I'm always talking through the thing when people can't figure something out. I'm like, when June, remember when June was opening her big thing with the ink and all that stuff I put on it. I'm like, oh no, you're taking it apart wrong. Oh, poor thing. Look at that. Nice and colorful. And this is on the back. And it looks like she did stick of something and do all this, or did she buy this part? Oh, I think she did it herself. I can see the stitches. I'm not a stitcher. Oh, a junk journal now. I have one too, look. Let me see. Look at that. I guess one thing cool about these are you can put anything in them. Look at that. She stitched it. Part of a book. Is it French or, let me see, WA. Battle Creek. Birds. Yeah, pretty envelope. Envelope. Matches this. You can write on the back. That was really cool. You know what I have a hard time doing is, look at this. I didn't. Oh, she put this on there and then, oh, here's not like an envelope. So, yeah, I always have a hard time figuring out how to do like a pocket or something. Oh, look at that. Part of a piece of paper. She sewed that. And put this on and it matches the binding on the back of the junk journal. Sounds terrible. Call it a junk journal. I hope I'm not mumbling. As my kids tell me, you mumble. You never finish your sentence. You always start another subject. Oh. If only we were all perfect. That is really cute. That is a cute idea. I have to steal that for the one I'm making. What I don't understand is how you guys do this stuff so fast. I mean, every day you have something. Okay, I think this was in a pocket. Okay. Oh, okay, she folded that up. That's a good idea. You know, I had one of those hand sewing things. I couldn't even figure that thing out. But I bought my grandkids a little kid sewing machine. It's not really kids, but it does the basics. Look at that. I wonder how she got hers this way. She just kind of blotted it with some stuff. Kind of sort of what I did today. It's a butterfly and a caterpillar and chrysalis. Down at the farmer's market, there's a Jamaican guy, and we sort of got to be friends. I haven't been down there in a while, but he has all the caterpillars in like these cups with tops with the food in them, and the kids, they buy them, I think they're $5 or $6, And I would help him sometimes when I was bored in the beginning. And he used to call me the butterfly killer. Because in one of our other houses, I wanted a butterfly garden. And I could never get a darn butterfly. So one time I I literally took a leaf off of one of his plants with an egg on it. And I tried to staple it to mine. But it didn't work. And no matter what we did, what he did, you know, tried to help me, show me, I mean, nothing ever worked. So he always called me the butterfly killer. But you wouldn't believe how, and then they let him go, you know, it shows how the stages, and he goes to schools and stuff. And then they let the butterflies go. And I didn't know it, but I guess butterflies only have a very short lifespan. I can't think of what it is now. A week, maybe? After they're fully developed. So they let them go. And then they can bring it back, the container, and get another one. Cheaper. Look at that. It's even sewed. That stitch just does something for it, doesn't it? Maybe they should have a glue gun that does that. I love these little things. I love it. All things little, miniature. Someday the silver cord will break and I no more shall be alone. And I shall him face to face and tell the story saved by grace. I never said I was a singer. Unless I know the words. You know, I have a lot of music paper, and what's bad is at first when I started, I didn't realize eventually I would use a lot of that stuff, so I did give a lot of it away. But I have a lot of music paper, and a lot of it still in Ohio. Look at that. It's a bag. And I think it's a die-cut bag, maybe. I have a die-cut for a bag. Button. I should go a little faster, so. Look at that. You see, it's just for design. She just did that part way. But you'll have to tell me what you did. Now this one looks like it could be coffee dyed or something. At first, I had no idea what people were talking about. I'm like, what in the heck? But the one I'm trying to make, the kids, it's both, they were both 50, and it's their 30th wedding anniversary. And they're taking their 2 older kids to go to Ireland and London and whatever. And I thought, oh, and I made it like Irish. They're Irish. Their grandfather, Gallagher. I'm Irish. Irish and Slovak. Plus, when I was married the first time, my last name was Kilkenny. Of course, that didn't make me Irish, but there's the county Kilkenny. So my kids, my 2 girls, have pretty much Irish in them. Maybe that's why they're so stubborn. I don't know. Families are supposed to stick together and not let every little thing bug them to the point where they don't talk for years, because life is way too short. Did I ever think I'd be this age? No. Look. Oh, she put a whole bow there. It matches the other ones. Mother Goose, nursery rhymes. When I was in Montana, I used to go to Montana every year. My friend has a big place, ranch there. And you'd go to the farmer's market, and there'd be a lady that would sell journals. And she did it from old books. And she'd have a lot of blank pages, but then a lot of pages that had still, the pages from the book. And she would put the rings, around them, that machine that you do. And I bought a bunch one year and gave them as gifts. Not that anybody journals too much anymore. Haymakers give me with spay, cow won't give me milk. Huh. Never heard that one. Okay, I wonder how she did that. I'm still trying to figure out how to do those powders and all that stuff. So then I don't do it because it's like I don't know how. And then when I do it, it's like, oh, this is easy. Stamps. I love postcards and stuff that have, I'd sent a bunch of people some postcards that were, when they were 3 cents, 4 cents. And in Ohio, I have my aunt's albums of when my uncle was in the service. He was in Normandy and Korea. And he died young too. He was never the same. But in the albums there's all these little, they shrunk them down, I think, before they sent them to the wives. Letters, little letters and postcards and all that stuff with this just, to me, is really neat. And the kids, their 2 kids didn't want them. They're in their 60s. And I think, oh, I just think this is amazing. My dad didn't send anything back because he said he was in the, what do you call it? I'll think of it. He was always in trouble. That matches. It's not the brigade. Jeanette, do you get these ideas on your own, or do you look at a lot of different things? I always forget to look at things. I'm always trying to think of things on my own, or I think I'm, look at that. Okay. And that can be another envelope type thing. Let me see, he was always in the, and he said he knew 2 phrases. In French, he knew voulez-vous coucher avec moi, which is, will you sleep with me? Well, ce soir, tonight. And he knew the same phrase in German, which I can't remember what that was. Something Heimgehen. Isn't that cool? So, those days, people didn't, he was quiet. He didn't say much, like to talk about anything. And, look at that. So he never, my other uncle, he had 3 brothers. That's really cool. Unfortunately, so there were 4 altogether. But my uncle did say that my dad used to send home money for clothes and stuff like that because their mother died when their last child was born, because she was past 40 and she had Down syndrome. Well, Peggy lived, they said if she didn't die at puberty, she could live a long life, and she did. She was in her 60s when she died. Look at that. So, you know, all three, my dad and my two uncles, all died the same year, within 6 months of each other, from lung cancer. And the youngest one died first. He was younger than me. But they all smoked. And they pretty much all drank, but they were functioning, you know. Drinkers. Except for my dad. And my dad would say, Gail, if I would have known which cigarette caused this cancer, I wouldn't have smoked it. It was always so funny. Yeah. This is really unique. And in the middle of the night, my mom would call and say, your dad can't breathe. Of course, I'm the oldest of three girls. So I'd go running over there. She'd go back to bed. I'd take him to the hospital. What's the decoupage there? On there. And then they'd come out and they'd call for him. Well, he wasn't there. He was outside smoking. So the nurse would yell at me. What do you mean he's outside smoking? I said, well, what exactly do you want me to do about it? And, you know, let's face it, he's dying anyway. Let him smoke. Like that. Mother Goose nursery rhymes. Must have saved her kids' books. Wait till they find out they're all tore up. So my dad was 71 when he died. And he came to Florida. We brought them to Florida. And he said it was the best 10 years of his life. Well, if you live in Cleveland, where it's always snowing and cold, it would be. And so I feel good that he had the last 10 years of his life he really liked. And he worked. He sold cars still. And he was a very good salesman. Oh, that is really pretty. And the funny thing is, that was 1992. You know, almost 30 years ago he died. And it seems like yesterday. Then the last one, he was the second youngest. He lived 10 more years, actually. But he died of lung cancer, too. It went to his brain. And thank goodness that he did when he did, because it was a year later that their daughter, she was 41, and she had 2 young kids, committed suicide. So at least he didn't have to see that. But my aunt, the one I send the packages to, because she's fine. I know, I think that kind of did her in. So cute. And her daughter, other daughter, the oldest one, lives in London. So it's not like she has too many people here. My mother's family had 11, but, you know, most of them died. My mother actually, I don't know if she's the third one. She's the only one that lived till 90, and she's still running around. Her birthday was in November. She was 90. And she can still run circles around me. Look at that. I think coming to Florida had something to do with it. You didn't get so involved in all the family trauma and everyday stuff, where everybody's on the phone every day telling you what's going on with everybody else. That is really pretty. I love it. I like that cover, the way she did it. I think it's cardboard, and then she covered it. And it says journal. Oh, that's cool. How often do you find that? Thank you so much, Jeanette. Okay, I'm going to figure this. Oh, here it is. Figured out finally, after I was an adult for a long time, that I had to have ADD. Directions for me are like, unless somebody sits there and shows them to me, are terrible. That is really nice. Look at this. And there's something else in here too, and it looks like an animal. Look at that. What in the heck? I guess you could scare people with it. Throw it to one of the kids. She'll have to tell me what this is. I wonder if it's part of one of their animals there. Ooh, wouldn't that be something? It's so pretty though. Wouldn't little babies, they just love to... When my daughter was little, my middle one, she always liked stuff like this. She'd suck 2 fingers and do this. Okay, we still have something else here. Maybe it has something to do with this. Or else she was just being funny. Oh my goodness, Jeanette. I feel like I'm... Oh, it's always easier to give than receive, even though it's fun to get. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. What an idea. I like this is from a towel, I think. Look at the handle. Well, I'm going to have to take this somewhere. Everybody would. This looks like it's from a doily. Some ribbon. Some, what's that stuff you scrunch up? Look at that. It's all lined. Was it already a purse and she put this on the outside? Can you see it? Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's a good idea. Because I get a lot of things that are, that have stuff on them. Must have been a purse, I think, or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I think it was already lined. Or maybe not. I see your stitches. I don't know. So you'll have to tell us. Look at that. I mean, oh, look at this. The bottle cap with the glass button. A nice little simple flower. I keep forgetting the name of this, which I need to get some more. I still have a couple pieces left from Karen break when I first started, and because I haven't talked to her in a while either. I feel bad. I don't want anyone to think I'm ignoring them on purpose. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and look at many videos. But anyway, Karen Brake had given me a bunch. Yeah, Brake. the scrunched up stuff, and it was really cool. And she has, well, she did have a store. The hard thing about, I forget to go look at her channel because she's not on YouTube. She has a different, and I can't think of the name of it, so I always forget to go look. I wish she'd come on YouTube. Karen Break. Yeah. And I really want Loretta to get in touch with me. She's the one that made that beautiful purple flower. And the hanging. I mean, she just does such detailed stuff. And I'm still trying to make those flowers. And she sent me directions. But like I said, you know me and directions. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Oh, is that different? Look at that. Now, who would have thought? Can you see it? To make one in that shape. And the thing is, I was thinking the other day, as many things as, well, a lot of people do make, and when you see, you know, the channels, there's every day there's something, or pretty often, and I think, well, when do they get their house cleaned, or their clothes washed? Or, I mean, I could sit and do this all day, but my house is still a wreck from trying to get all this together. Stuff I'm making. I'm doing something wrong, I guess. Look at that. Is that adorable? And this one, look at that. And this little piece here. And this, different. I haven't had Happy Mail in a long time. Well, it's because I haven't been. I used to send so much stuff out, but I haven't been doing that much or participating that much. And I do have packages that need to go. I just need to finish packing them up. That's so pretty. Look at this. And I love these little flowers. I can't find the teeny ones anymore. Look at this. Can you see? It's got flowers here. And either this was a hanky or... Oh, almost like a bib. And you put this piece here. See, oh, I just would never think of that. And look at these. And look at all the layers of the different doilies and trims. Oh, I feel so inadequate sometimes. Did I look at that one? Oh, that was this one. How cool. One of the first things I ever did was a banner for her challenge. And like I told her, you know, I usually don't have many compliments for myself, but I mean, I was, you know, I'm pretty, like if somebody says that this needs 4x6, I'm thinking, okay, does that mean 4x6 exactly? Or does that mean 4x6 before you put extras on? Or does that mean, you know, I have all these goofy questions and I drive people nuts. But she was so patient and says, no, you know. And so after I saw other people's, I thought, you know what? Mine's right up there with theirs, I think. I was proud of myself. It was a triangle, a banner. And then she had everybody make two. So one of them was, well, she ended up making, kept one for herself, and I think she made 2 or 3. She had so many. I like the challenges. They're fun. But I haven't done any in a long time. Look at that flower. This is so cute. And you know, because she sews, it's like you can think of, I don't know, things better. All different pieces of things. It's like a rag rug, but like a rag, a banner. Not rag, but you know what I mean. What could we call it? Look. Let me see. Just pieces put together. Seam binding. Comes to me eventually. This from a doily. This, I've sent a couple people something like this. Well, you know what? When you got it, you got it. Maybe I'm good at something else. I was going to say something else, but I think I probably shouldn't. Because I wouldn't know anymore. This is just, look, I can't wait to hang it up. To decide whether to hang it. Let me choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to hang it up in some prominent place. My phone, I shut it off. The house phone. I'll tell you what, I get those robocalls. I swear if those people were in front of me, I don't, you know. My son keeps saying, Mom, you can't keep saying that you're going to shoot people. But that's what I'd like to do. I must get, when you start getting Medicare, they start, I mean, the braces and the alerts and the, you know, and I said yes at first to everything, you know, in case. And I have all that stuff now. And to be honest with you, half the stuff they sent me, I can't even figure out how to use it. Look, some middle one's longer. I think I showed you that leg thing. It looks like a prosthetic leg. Where in the heck? I mean, you couldn't even bend your knees. Such a waste of Medicare's money. What they do is, every 5 years, Medicare will pay for another, like, say, I had a foot thing when or a knee thing when I had my knee done or whatever. And they pay for that. And of course and then when I broke my foot, of course, as the doctor said, I'm his non-compliant patient. I'm very non-compliant about things. But I would have killed myself in some of those things, in those boots. I really would have. They were just so big and bulky, I couldn't go up and down the steps. I hope I'm doing this justice, Jeanette. So I have about every imaginable thing. For my wrist, for my knee, you know. Surprised they didn't send something for my head. That I could probably use. But what happens is all the places that sell this stuff try to call you to get you to buy from them because Medicare reimburses them. And now it's pain places. I get emails every day and phone calls. Since I don't understand, since they stopped, the letting doctors give you pain meds and all that stuff. I don't understand where they're getting theirs from. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? You see it? Oh. It's a little bit, well, it's a little bit like my flower, but it's like a half. And this is so cool to do with scraps. I love that. And it's perfect for a package to make it look nice because I don't usually make my packages look very nice. That makes me the most nervous. I can't tell you how trying to figure out what to give somebody and know what they like and what they need or what they want, that I make myself a nervous wreck. Making the stuff is nothing. This is all crinoline. This is soft. I have some of that really hard stuff. I have some of this too, but if anybody ever needs any of the really hard stuff from the dresses. And I still have a lot of the silk from the dresses all shoved into the drawer. And I should use them. That's why I hate to keep going to the thrift store, because I buy more stuff. And it's like, Gail, you need to use up stuff that you have. But it's still fun. I love going to the thrift store. It's fun. And I love when I know people like certain things to get it for them. Now, let's see here. Thank you so much, Jeanette. Those are adorable. This is just so, everything is just too much. I won't cry like some people start to cry, like Roxy. But I totally appreciate it, especially when things have been so yucky around here. But for the grace of God, it's not worse, I guess. You know, things could be much worse than they are for a lot of people. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? And look how gauzy. I don't have anything like this. Shall I use it to put on something? I hate to cut it up, But that would make a nice trim. Yeah, it's like gauze. Not that I know my materials that well. I mean, I've done everything in my life. You know, I went to sewing thing. I had to sew something, I could sew it. It just takes, you know, I've done cross stitch, I've done macrame, I've done everything. In Cleveland, as soon as fall comes, you start to get the crafts out. But here, you do it when it's summer because it's hot. Thank you, I really like that. I might have to cut it up, but I hate to. And don't forget, anyone who wants to be in the scrap swap, like we had a couple years ago, just put your names down and I tried if there's any international. We had like 8 people last time. And you put it in a pretty container, you know. You can decorate a bag or do whatever is cheapest for you, especially international, but I would try to choose international to international if we have any international. I don't think we did last time. That was really pretty. Jeanette, what do I say? God bless you for thinking of me, and that postage was, I mean, I know I send ridiculous postage, but there's just me left here. And, but you shouldn't do that. And I have to tell you, I just love your craft room. Every detail is, you know, I like to buy antiques. And almost everything in here is an antique. Or from the thrift store. I guess I could look at you now. Oh, that phone. But like the white cabinet I have there, you know, I could have redid it, but I did put some handles on it. Sounds like my son. What was I saying? Oh, so I'm trying to get everything from downstairs, from upstairs, downstairs, and fit it all in here and have it look nice. So we'll see. I don't need to. I'm on the phone. I'm videoing, Nick. I'll be right there. Nobody hears me. So I guess I gotta go. 36, and I still have to open the door for him. Because I don't want to give him a key. Oh, well. Anyway, I'll get it done eventually, and then I'll show you all. But Jeanette, thank you so much. And I appreciate all your thoughtfulness and kindness and just everything. I don't know how you... Down under, I don't know what you say. Oh, look, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I know now. Oh, I better go. I better go. Because he won't shut up until I do. Okay. I love you guys. And thank you for everything always. And I love you and appreciate you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank you again, Jeanette. My Cottage Crafts. And I will put the link down. I'll figure it out. Thanks. Bye-bye.